On Tuesday, a reporter asked Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre point blank if President Biden regrets his trip to Saudi Arabia and meeting with MBS and other leaders. Jean-Pierre defended Biden's trip, saying it was important for U.S. national interest and the American people. This line of questioning comes after OPEC announced a major oil production cut, which has led the Biden administration to reevaluate the U.S.'s relationship with Saudi Arabia.
Thanks, Karine. Just to follow up on some questions from my colleagues about this review in Saudi relations, you said the president is taking it very seriously, but you also said there's no person leading it or a timeline for it to be completed. Is this more of a rhetorical strategy, or is there actually a review with some sort of substantive plan and action? Because today there's been no details about that.
Look, he's already directed, the Department of Energy to deliver another 10 million barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, and he will continue to direct additional release as appropriate. So he's taken actions. I get you, but I want you to know that he is taking this seriously by taking action on day one. And so he will continue to take those types of actions and use the tools that he has to make sure that we're dealing with this incredibly important issue. Look, we have said, the president has said from the beginning of his administration that we need to, redefine this relationship that we have with Saudi Arabia. This is something that he has said for some time. And because of their action, they took this action just last week, the OPEC Plus decision that they've made. And I have said this, I've said this plenty of times at this podium already, is that we see that they're aligning their energy policies with Russia. Look, I'm not going to get ahead of this. You will hear from us when we lay out what actions we are going to take. We're going to review them. But again, I'm not going to get ahead. And this is something that we take very seriously.
And does the president have any regrets about his trip to Saudi Arabia and his meeting with MBS and other Saudi leaders?
No, I just laid out an agreement, a historic agreement that was made by Israel and Lebanon. And no, he does not. He does not regret it.
Saudi Arabia, that agreement, Israel and Lebanon. I'm just talking about the Saudi portion of that Middle East trip.
What I'm saying is that trip was so important for our national interest and also for the American people. There are a couple of things that came out of that trip. That was one of them. But also the focus abroad, as you know, was for the Middle East region. The president was able to engage, as we all know, with 13 leaders to discuss a range of issues from Iran to Yemen to the 5G. And if you think about Yemen, that is very much a part of Saudi Arabia, is very much a part of that Yemen truce that we have seen. The president set forth an affirmative agenda for more integrated and stable region, including Israel's integration over time into the Arab world. And on the trip, we concluded historic agreement opening Saudi's airspace to Israeli flights. That is really important. That happened right there when the president was in the region. So the president was the first to visit the region without Americans in combat operations, and it's his aim to keep it that way as well. So there were many deliverables that came out of that meeting with Saudi Arabia, but also being in the Middle East region, how critical and important it is as the president is moving forward with his foreign policy agenda. So no, he does not regret it.